Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't go after what you really want because you were afraid of getting rejected? Then your window of opportunity closes and you end up losing your chance. And eventually you tell yourself that you don't really want it in the beginning when you actually still kind of do. This happens to all of us, and it is because of the fear of rejection we don't go after the things that we truly want. In this video, I want to talk about how you can overcome this fear of rejection and how we can learn from somebody who got himself rejected intentionally for 100 times so that he can overcome his fear. This is Calvin from the Modern Asian Man. Welcome to my channel. So this guy in Canada, his name is Jia Jiang. He went around making requests to strangers with the intention of getting himself rejected.
Hello, this is Jia. This is another rejection therapy session, my 100-day journey of conquering fear.
His requests were really quite funny and ridiculous because he was literally getting people to say no to him.
And I said, can you make me donuts that look like Olympic symbols? Basically, you interlink 5 donuts together.
He did this for 100 times. He documented every single one of them on video and a blog, and they went viral. And after all this time of getting rejected, he realized that sometimes all you have to do to get what you want is to simply ask. While some of these crazy requests may feel ridiculous to him, they were surprisingly okay to some of the strangers, and they were even willing to say yes to them.
I mean, there's no way they could say yes, right? The donut maker took me so seriously.
Because of his 100 days of rejection, he was able to fulfill his dream of teaching a university class. Today, he is an author, public speaker, and an entrepreneur teaching people to overcome rejection. And there are some important life lessons that I want to draw from this story. 1. Realizing that the fear of rejection is entirely in our head. We like to imagine ourselves getting rejected in the most horrendous manner. When you ask a girl out, you imagine that she might ignore you. When you ask for more pocket money from your parents, you imagine that you might get scolded. When you ask for a deadline extension from your teacher, you assume that she might mark you down. You're already shooting yourself down from success without even actually trying. But all these scenarios are only in our heads. When you actually try, even when you get rejected, it is never as bad as you imagined. When you ask a girl out, and if she's not interested, she might reject you with a polite no. But she will never slap your face in front of your friends or throw her drink at you as you've imagined. It is never as bad as you think. Our brains come up with all these scenarios to actually protect us from harm. Because in the prehistoric days, getting rejected from something like taming a horse or asking for a chief's daughter's hand in marriage means certain punishment or even death. The stakes were much higher. But today, getting rejected from something like asking from a race, it might feel bad, but you aren't going to die. The stakes are much lower. But our brains do this so that they can protect us. And sometimes this can actually stop us from going after what we really want in our lives. 2. The only way to overcome rejection is to try. I wish I can tell you that I have a bottle of pills that can help you overcome your fear of rejection, or that a mantra that I can teach you that makes you fearless in the face of rejection. I don't. Nobody in the world does either. That's because the only person who can help you overcome your fear of rejection is yourself. And there is no magic way around it, and the only way to overcome it is to actually try and make different requests. I'm not saying that you have to go out there and get yourself rejected intentionally like what Jia Jiang did, because that's definitely going to be very scary. I want you to start small. Start by asking a friend a simple but challenging request. Something like asking them for a $10 loan or asking them to help you buy something pricey with the promise of giving back. A request that is out of your comfort zone yet largely fulfillable. Here, two things can happen. 1. Your friend says yes, and you realize that not all your requests will get rejected. Some are actually okay with doing your requests. 2. Your friend says no, and you realize that getting rejected is not as bad as you imagined. What I want you to do from here is to constantly push your boundary and make more challenging requests. Of course, I'm not asking you to make people your slaves, but sometimes requests that might sound ridiculous to you are actually okay in the eyes of others. As long as your requests remain fairly reasonable, don't be afraid to make them. The more you do it, the more you are going to be able to overcome your thoughts of getting rejected in the most horrendous manner. Now, as Asians, we are taught to be polite and not to be too thick-skinned. We are told to have dignity and not to ask for things that might sound too desperate or rude. But times have changed. We are no longer living in the age of ancient dynasties and kingdoms where asking for things beyond our caste or class means certain death. And there is nothing degrading about asking what you want as long as you are not begging for it. All in all, you have to consider what you really value in your life. Do you actually want something, or do you convince yourself that you don't want it because you are actually afraid of getting rejected? Ask yourself this every time. Recognize that getting rejected is never as bad as you imagine, and take action towards where you want to go in your life. The outcome will never be as bad as your worst imagination. I hope this video has been helpful, inspiring, and enriching for you. If your goal is to overcome your fear of rejection, your role is to get out there and just make all the requests that you want. Who knows, you might even fulfill your dream that way.
Teaching that class, I walked out crying because I thought I could just fulfill my life dream just by simply asking. I used to think I have to accomplish all these things, have to be a great entrepreneur or learn, get a PhD to teach. But no, I just asked and I could teach.
If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment because we are still a growing channel and we need as much support as we can get from you. If you like the content that are on this channel, please subscribe because more cool videos like this will be coming out on a weekly basis. With that, this is Calvin from The Modern Asian Man. Thank you for watching.